between the presidency and the Senate over alleged culpability of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation in contract fraud and abuse of office is still very much on. With heightened calls for the SGF's resignation, more evidence emerges on how monies allocated for the northeast of the country IDPs were expended. That's our focus tonight on the program. Many thanks for joining us. I am Sulaiman Alede. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. And it has once again emerged the TV station of the year for a record 11th time. Don't forget, we are also live right now on Facebook. Watch us, comment and be part of the show. But before we dig deep into the matter for the day, it's important to mention that President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated the Senate President, whose birthday was actually yesterday. He turned 54 yesterday, December the 19th. In a tweet on the President's official Twitter handle, @MBuhari, the President describes Dr. Saraki as, I give you the quote now, one of the most influential politicians of our time. I wish you many more prosperous years. End of quote. Well, as we all know, there's been a lot of friction before now between the executive and legislative arms of government. The lawmakers have taken a tough stance on some policies and proposals from the presidency. Who knows, with this personal congratulatory message from the president to the Senate president, we just might be witnessing the beginning of the end to all this tension. Looks like a blissful 2017 in the making. Now to our main topic for the day. The alleged contract fraud involving the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babashir Lawal, and abuse of funds intended to alleviate the suffering of the internally displaced persons in the Northeast crisis. A submission by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on the Northeast Humanitarian Crisis showed that not only did the SGF participate in the award of the contracts, but he was also directly involved in the execution, as it was linked to a company belonging to him. Now, the questions bordering on how these monies were expended continue to arise. We'll get perspective from this. Perhaps let's see if we can get to talk to Senator Dino Melaye. He joins me via phone. Senator Melaye, good evening and thanks for joining us today on Politics Today. I know everyone is on recess, but good thing you must speak to the people even while on recess. How did this emerge in the first place?
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Senator Malaya, I can hear you. We understand the fact that the Senate is on recess, but many Nigerians would love us to stay on this matter, and that is why we're having you on phone. Perhaps you can tell us how the Senate got to this, as you call it, damning revelations. Senator Malai, I hope you can hear me. Well, we hope Senator Dino Malai can get to hear us. If you can't, we are looking at the allegations leveled against the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babashir Lawal, by the Senate. According to the Senate, they say they have weighty evidence against him, and for many, they say these are allegations that they want the Senate to talk more on. Could you tell us some of these findings by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee? We're hoping we should be able to get Senator Dino Melaye in the course of the program to join us on this matter. Quite frankly, many Nigerians have been asking questions on this. Don't forget that the displaced persons in Nigeria's northeast have been the key focus of many, even the United Nations and so many international bodies. The plight of these displaced persons have again come to the fore, that Nigerians are asking what exactly we are doing about the plight. And also, don't forget that the fear of famine and starvation for these people is very key. And if the Senate is saying that they have been able to unearth something that is really untoward towards the plight of the IDPs, is something worthy of discussing on politics today on the program. And I'm hoping Senator Malaya is back online. Senator Malaya, well, an awful moment we're having with the telephones this evening. Perhaps I hope you can hear me now. We're looking at the allegations leveled against the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Babashir Lawal, on, well, the funds meant for Nigeria's northeast, specifically the IDPs. Tell us the findings of the ad hoc committee that looked into this matter.
Yeah, I want to start by saying that the matter came up on the floor of the Senate as a result of a motion from a senator from Borno State. Eventually, the Senate agreed that a committee be set up, an ad hoc committee under the chairmanship of Senator Shehu Sani, to look at the allegations and come up with a report to the Senate. And this was done, and a preliminary report was given on the floor of the Senate by Senator Shehu Sani. And this report outrightly indicted the Secretary to the federal government.
Oh my God, looks like we lost. Well, we hope to get a connection back to you, Senator Malaya. Apologies again, and we hope that you can continue your train of thought there. He's just told us actually that emanated on the floor of the Senate, and he also was going to tell us how these allegations, because for so many other reasons, we're getting to see documents coming from the Secretary to the Government of the Federation exonerating himself of all those allegations, and I'm hoping that the Senate would also avail the people the chance of having an insight into what some of these things are. As you can see, well, these are some of the documents we were able to get. Well, they seem not to clear there, but you can get to have an idea of what these are about, talking about monies paid and talking about also some Corporate Affairs Commission registration of that company, which according to the Senate belongs to the SGF. And for the SGF, his own side, we should be able to get a clue as to what exactly this is about. That's the CAC document there, which you just saw last, about the registration of that company allegedly owned by the SGF, which he said he has since before now stayed away from as a director and even a part owner. But as soon as we get Senator Malaya back on the phone, we should be able to look at what the Senate found on this particular allegation. Just before that call, we were also looking at the plight of the IDP, knowing full well that many Nigerians and international organizations have been speaking on the plight of the IDPs, talking about how well we can help them out of the very ugly situation they are in. For so many others, they say they are in dire straits at the moment, and there's also fear of an impending famine, which the UN body has also warned, even though the Nigerian government has categorically denied the fact that, well, any of such is going to happen to the people. But one important thing is that of accountability and transparency, which Nigerians are asking of the government, and all of those contributions that have been meant for those in the displaced persons camp. They want to have an understanding into the records of how these people have been catered for, and we're hoping that we should be able to get all of that on the program. But we'll take a moment now. When we return shortly, we should be able to get back to Senator Malaya on this, and also we also have someone who will also be speaking with us, Kolawole Johnson, on the same matter. That'll be after now. Stay with us.